Hey there folks, Rinny MT here, and welcome back to Sunlight Scream. Last part, we got out of the hospital, called the officer in the middle of the night, went back to school, cheated on a test, but the teacher was like, whatever, we don't care. I get it now, you were in the hospital, I don't care, whatever. Just play chess with me. And now we're in PE. I'm still convinced that this is actually high school, but you know what? Whatever. So anyway, our physical teacher was an uncle in his 60s, and that had me tripped up last time too. Our physical teacher, PE teacher, was an uncle in his a guy in their 60s. Now it's a program for the coming year, although it was not to be the first class. He also added there is also a class coming up in a couple days, and will be a mini basketball tournament among our group. Winners get automatically get good grades for this quarter? What? What the heck kind of class is this? Oh, if you win this little basketball tournament, pfft, you're passing for this quarter. I don't care. And today is a free class, warming up and preparing for the tournament. We started jogging and doing different exercises. I missed it. So much had happened lately, and there was nowhere for the energy to go, so I was grateful for such an energizing activity. So why is Sarah wearing a crop top? Whatever. And after warm-up, we had jumping over the... After the warm-up, we had jumping over the goat. Quotes around goat. And a few exercises with the ball for accuracy, trying to throw into the ring from close distances. For the end, we were given free time to just practice with the ball. We secluded ourselves with our inside the play 2-on-2, but who should we pair up with? Samantha admitted she wasn't good at this kind of thing. Leah and Sarah? What? Isn't there supposed to be an H? On the other hand, we're eager to get started. I couldn't call myself a professional basketball player, but I also had to play in PE classes at my school before. Seriously, this is high school. Sometimes it was even good. This translation is getting more and more nonsensical, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, going forward. Guys stared at me, waiting for our practice match to begin already. Yeah, it's supposed to be an H. Let's go with Sarah. Sure. I decided to take the Slayer as my partner. It turned out that the girl was good not only at computer games, but moving swiftly around the free part of the field and sometimes throwing balls. Only we had no coordination. Everyone tried to play alone, not giving passes. As a result, Leon and Samantha often had the ball. It was almost even with our slight advantage. Samantha was clearly new to the game, but strangely enough, she was very accurate with her throws. When she won the attack and I got her way, protecting our basket, she miscalculated her speed and flew into me at full throttle. We both flew to the floor. I cracked painfully, but Samantha was even worse. She looked down at me with a startled expression. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Are you okay? I'll live, and you're stronger than you look. Just got a little carried away. She rose clumsily and I followed. Leon whistled. We continued on, even though it was a little while before the end of class. For the overall score, we would have won by a small margin if we had let it. But no one appeared to be upset. Everyone blushed and smiled stupidly at each other when we were told that the lesson was over and we could go to change. Thanks for playing, partner. We high-fived each other. So we're picking up the tournament tomorrow. We could try. We're pretty good at it. What teams will there be? We'll be there. Heard that any teams before, we could just all of us play together. Play all of us together. Oh, there's one small problem. A big one. His name's Grant Wilson. Darren nodded towards the thug and his cohorts. Well, it'll be our chance to lay siege to him in a fair way. We can try. If you're an optimist, I'm in. So then all my plans for tomorrow, I headed to the locker room. Everyone had already changed while we were discussing with our friends plans for tomorrow. About to leave when I heard a familiar voice. And then there was a loud bang on the locker. I tiptoed over and peered over. Nate was there with his hands clasped together, Grant hovering over him. He was shaking some kind of sheet of paper in front of his face in a rage. Think I'm stupid? You gave me fake answers. You screwed up my whole test. That's not even cool. Open your mouth. He only sobbed quietly, covering his head with his hands. Grant had already punched the poor guy, by the looks of it. Before I could do anything, Grant tore the sheet into multiple pieces, threw Nate's head back, and started shoving the paper right into his mouth and shoved it through with his hand. Finally, he kicked the guy in the stomach. In tears, he sprawled on the floor, spitting out scraps of paper, and ran toward the exit. Around the corner, he bumped into me and looked up with surprised eyes. You get out of here! His eyes tried to fight back. I'm like Mr. Johnson, but he ignored it. Then this one made me decide for him. I confused all the answers for him. Only now it's worse. Yeah, I never want to see you again. Here's the guy ran out of the locker room. I certainly didn't expect such a reaction. I really didn't expect him to take my advice like that. He's got his head in the wrong place. Grant watched from a distance, decided I'd had enough. He grinned smugly and continued to change. I myself was like talking to a wall of peas. What? I have never heard that expression before. Talking to a wall of peas? I heard out into the hallway. So I heard out into the hallway. I'll upset the boy. What is that boy? What's she doing here? Erica's mocking voice came from behind me. I see you've been watching me. Are you in love? Is there anything to fall in love with? Girl snorted, but appreciated the teasing. You know, I'll give you some advice. Don't try to help people like that. They can only help themselves. People like that. Are these people different to you? But it turns out I'm one of them too. You said it, not me. Go on, your friends are probably waiting for you. Have a nice lunch. Girl waved her hand and walked past. I guess I'll never understand her, but some of what she said really pained me. My advice has only made Nate feel worse now, but I don't know. I mean, just stand by, or is that sometimes the right thing to do? When I got to the lunch hall, many had already dispersed, and the usual crowd was gone. Quickly looked for my friends at the oblong table. What? I ordered myself some pasta and cutlet and joined them. Sorry it took so long. There's been an incident. Oh, is everything okay now? With me, yes. I don't think that's important right now. I thoughtfully picked up a cutlet with my fork. There's something I'd like to tell you about. I trust you all, so it's only fair that I share it with you. Oh, come on. I'm getting chills down my spine now. Just tell me. Girls looked at me with fear and curiosity. I looked around for some reason. I was getting a little paranoid. Okay, as you all know, I was in a car accident with my brother, and recently he died. And I think it was premeditated murder. There was some sort of reaction, but everyone looked at me dumbfounded, waiting for me to continue. Murder? What a nightmare! We don't have them in Sunlight City. They aren't covered doesn't mean they don't exist. Don't interrupt, let me finish the story! Anyway, after I woke up, I talked to a policewoman. She didn't really believe me. It was just an accident, nothing more. She said she needed proof, but that car fled the scene of the accident. They can't find it on the cameras, and there are no cameras in the area. Or they're broken, something like that. Worst part was that I was supposed to be sitting in that seat. Before the trip, Chris offered to let me drive his car to the pizzeria. And I agreed, otherwise I wouldn't be talking to you right now. I involuntarily lowered my voice almost to a whisper, and there was silence again. Oh, he literally saved you from dying. Yeah, that's really creepy. What makes it so sure it's premeditated murder? Do you have any idea who it could be? Almost to the last part. The cherry on the cake is that I got a phone call from a stranger the night before. You know, I told you. Stranger? Oh yeah, I remember something like that. What was a threatening call from a hidden number? Yes, exactly. I didn't think much of it at the time, but it might make sense now. Someone has a grudge against me, and now they're playing it however they want. Holy shit, that's quite a story. It's true, we have a killer. It's like a real slasher. As if even with interest, said she said with a huff, as if even with some interest. Hey, it's not a movie. There's nothing awesome about it. Terrible things are happening. So we'd better hope this is the end of it. Creepiest part? It was like he knew what I was doing in my house at the moment. Sure, it could have been coincidence, but what if he knows where I live? Knows where we all live? He's saying it's one of the students? Yeah, except you don't even know anyone here. Why would anyone be digging for you? If only I knew. Neil's my number. How do you get so much information? Unless there's someone from the police. I mean, they have that whole database there. Or from the hospital, there's personal information there too. Alright guys, enough with enough! My head's about to explode. And what? Because he told us all this, he wants to help you find the killer? Well, yeah, I guess so. 4 heads are better than 1. And you already have someone in mind? Who would wish for this so badly? The tricky part. I just got here. I don't really know anyone except you guys. Now think of it, my entire list of acquaintances is you, Grant, Erica, Mr. Johnson, and the cop, that Elizabeth Reynolds. Are you sure you didn't forget anyone? Who else? At least Nate, and that nurse of yours. You said you two met. Serious? That doesn't make any sense. Leon's right. If you follow the canons of most detectives and thrillers, the killer is most often the most unremarkable person. Therefore, no one should be written off. Plus, some wannabe judge is back. She added in lower tones. Samantha looked at her friend judgmentally, and she bit her tongue. It was too late. I'd heard that nickname somewhere before. I'd heard it on the news on the train. Who's that anyway? I've heard that name before. It's Sarah's favorite subject. Trust me, just not to get into it. It'll make you more paranoid. No, I still want to hear it. The girl leaned closer to me and spoke in a low voice as if it were some secret. The locals don't really like to talk about it. Murders are exceptionally rare for our town. They were until one moment. Samantha rolled her eyes, but moved closer to us to listen. He was eating a scone and tea, but he was also listening intently. He used to have a club. I think this is for trying to talk. We used to have a club. We used to go there to relax, hang out at discos. Once there was a crowd of drunken students celebrating the passing of the session. And some guy came in wearing a neon suit, all dressed up. They laughed at him, started mocking him, saying, "Why is he dressed up like that? Is he trying to steal their girls?" There was a scuffle, a fight. The poor man fell down and was trampled by the crowd. When they realized that he was not moving or breathing, it was too late. No one wanted responsibility, so they just took it out and dumped it in the dumpster like it was some kind of trash, and came back as if nothing had happened. I took a breath, watching my reaction, but I listened intently and amazed at how human stupidity and amazed at the stupidity and cruelty of humans. I waited for it to continue. When the janitors cleaned out the bins in the morning, the body was gone. Turns out the guy was a last-ditch survivor. He got out of there and decided to massacre and decided to kill everyone. Instead of a conspicuous suit, he made himself a black inconspicuous suit with a cape, a creepy white mask, and armed himself with a long knife. It looked like a kitchen knife, but was longer, sharper, and rumored to have some obscure symbol. He tracked down everyone who was in the club at the time, and he stabbed every one of them. No one was spared. He died mostly at night, when his costume looked like a ghost. He wanted to frighten them so that they felt death approaching, and this fear accompanied them until their last breath. He was only stopped when he almost killed the last person on his list. One policeman was able to figure out his scheme and had to beat him. He put a full clip in him. The last man on his list did survive. However, the press didn't tell us who it was. He didn't give the cop who could stop the madness. That's how the story ended. The club is still open today, and hardly anyone goes there anymore. They're afraid. Interesting town you guys have here. That's all I can say. Aren't you from here? And Samantha also sat and listened intently, even though they should know the story by now. It is what it is, but don't worry, it's in the past, if it ever was. He can't have anything to do with you. Oh, it's a copycat at most. It's just an urban legend. It's something everyone wants to forget as soon as possible, so as not to tarnish the town's memory. Yep, so you forget that they put the story in the mainstream newspapers. Well, it's just a journalistic thing. Now finish your food before it gets cold. I tried eating, digesting what I just heard. Well, it sounded like some cheap tourist story. Did it really happen? But in light of recent events, I wasn't surprised at anything. We cleaned up our lunch and rose from the table. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for lunch. I'm off to my fitness class. If you need anything, message me in the general chat room. Yeah, we had a good time. Thanks for sharing it with us. Thank you for the story. Well, see you guys tomorrow then. I don't know how the story helps, but come on. But, well, thanks for the company, Max. See you tomorrow. Walked out of the building together, and the girls went home in different directions. I had a sudden thought. Why not go out with one of them? I didn't have any plans for the evening anyway. This would be a perfect opportunity to unwind and take my mind off my dark thoughts. It was Sarah. I had to walk Sarah home. She was moving away from me fast, so I had to speed up to catch up with her. When I caught up with her, she didn't even notice me because of the music in her headphones. I shook my hand in front of her face, and that's when she finally paid attention to me and pulled out her headphones. Hey, what are you doing? I thought you went home. I was going to, but I thought I'd walk you out first. What, you think I'm a killer? You're stalking me? She winked at me, seeing my embarrassment. I'm kidding, of course. So let's go. I don't live too far away. The right decision. I ask you a question that's been on my mind for a long time. Sure, why not? Well, technicolor of yours. What else can I do but give out answers? Pearl grinned, running her fingers over her device as if showing it off. In general, it's multifunctional. You can stream music directly into headphones or without headphones, download any data, perform calculations. You can connect to the internet. You can even use it to make calls if you need to. This is stylish. Can't argue with that. But isn't it convenient to operate because you can't... Isn't it inconvenient to operate because you can't see anything? You have to take it off every time? No, I've customized special beats for different functions that are sent to the earpiece. I can use them to pick up everything you need by feel. You get used to it real quickly. Wow, you're a genius. No, I'm just learning. Over here, this is my house. Oh well, see you tomorrow. Actually, what do you say you come inside? Welcome to my home. Check out my humble abode. What can I say? It's the bomb. This is the best evening ever. Hey, I don't mind. That's good. We walked up to a high-rise building and took the elevator. Upstairs apartment turned out to be a real geek's paradise. The whole wall was covered in figurines and posters of different characters. Nice. Oh my, wait, hold up. I've got the, okay, I need to zoom in on this in post, but that is literally the Jungle Cruise poster. And the Horizon literally just using assets. Also, is that just Fortnite showing on the screen? And that's, oh my god, that's literally just a Netflix screenshot. Oh my god. There's no way they got, like, the rights for any of this. There's no way. Right? Right? There's the there's Ant-Man poster. World War Z. Oh gosh. One of them Jungle Cruise. Mortal Kombat, I think? The movie? There's like a review scores thing on the left monitor there. There's a monster. This is like, oh my god, what? There's no way. Like literally just assets pulled from like stuff. The whole room was covered with figurines and posters of different characters. Middle of the room there were cans with energy drinks and sodas. A computer desk with 2 monitors, large screen with powerful speakers, and a gaming console. Is there a gaming console? I don't see it. And it all fit in such a small room, which felt about half the size of mine, so in small space it was very cozy. Wow, just wow. This is the den of our genius. Yeah, I tried. What do you think? Looks like it took a long time to set up a room like this. I like it. It is! I'm glad to hear it. You're a movie buff. Yeah, I think I might have guessed that before. I'm a movie buff. I mostly like horror, thrillers, detectives. That's why I have a poster for Jungle Cruise on my wall. I just want to be in one of those. You just think I'm crazy? By the way, what's your favorite? Not all. I like movies like that too. When I have free time, I watch them. Do you live alone? Yeah, alone now. My parents are always away and they have their own apartment, so I don't come here much. So I've made it my own. Beautiful. This is where your computer magic happens. Bother me, but yeah. Working on something right now. I guess I could show you. It's my latest development. The program allows you to track a person's approximate location using their phone. Well, precise, just tracks the phone. Ah, you're a real hacker. Can you show me? Oh, sure. Put your number in here. Well, here we go. For small though, the program showed a map with Sarah's house and a bold dot on it. There, that's you. Not bad, right? Unbelievable. I am in shock. Thank you. I was just spontaneously working on it, but maybe it'll do something to help catch this killer of yours now. Only, I'd ask you not to tell anyone about this. It's not exactly illegal after all. God, I'm like, there's so much just corporate stuff here, and I'm like, oh my god, there's no way that like, this is legit, right? Like, they got permission to use any of these assets. Like, that's literally just a screenshot from Netflix. Of course, I'll say nothing. Speaking of movies, we can watch something if you want. Yeah, I won't say no, really. I'll take it, whatever you have to offer. There's a new installment of Texas Chainsaw that just came out. You can watch it if you're not afraid. No way! I'm just waiting for the moment to not watch it alone anyway. Delay it! Make yourself comfortable. I'll get you some cookies. Bill waved at the cushions on the carpet. I grinned. You gonna eat to a movie like this? I'm in. Great! Do you want tea? How about coffee? Tea with sugar, please. Got it. I'll get it right away. It's only a few minutes before she returned from the kitchen, carrying 2 servings of tea and a bag of cookies. She plugged in the TV. It's literally showing Netflix already. And selected the movie she wanted to watch. We sat down on cushions right on the carpet in the middle of the room. Sarah poured the cookies into a bowl? A vase is... Why would you put in a vase? In a bowl. Set them on a small table in front of us. The movie itself started. Cookies crunched. The tea was hot and delicious. For the first time in a long time, I allowed myself to really relax. I really did love horror movies. I've watched past installments of this movie as well, but this one was new to me. There was a lot of dismemberment, meat, and blood. Sarah gulped down the cookies with such gusto that it felt like we were watching a normal family movie. Like Jungle Cruise! Sorry, I was working in the theater when Jungle Cruise came out. It's actually super popular, but, you know. Anyway. I myself was able to snack comfortably regardless of what was happening on the screen. I guess I'm just not a very impressionable person. Maybe I'd already watched too much of it. And the maniac in a creepy human skin mask showed up and the massacre began, though. Sarah moved closer to me. Even though we were still sitting... Even though we were already sitting close. Is she scared? Even though she loves horror movies, is she still scared of them? I said I moved toward her. The tea was finished and we set the mugs down on the table. Our legs bent to the knees in front of us, touched. Putting her head on my shoulder and said softly, and playfully said softly, "You're so close to me in class. And now you're afraid of me?" Oh shit, so she saw and felt it then. Didn't even show it. She really likes to tease me. Put my arm behind her back and put my arm around her waist. Pulled her against me. She sat on my shoulder and turned. I felt her warmth. Here we go. Sarah not taking her eyes off the view. She likes it. I don't mind at all. I became more and more impressed with this girl every moment. Oh god. But one thing I do know is I enjoy the hell out of being around her. And we have a lot of the same interests. No matter what happens next, I was truly happy now. Positioned, leaning against each other, we finished the movie. She flinched a few times with the screamers. To tell you the truth, I also flinch sometimes. It was a normal body reaction. When the credits rolled, she tousled my hair and smiled, pulling away. So, what did you think of the movie? Oh yeah, it was great. We should do it again sometime, if you don't mind. Sure, I'll be waiting. Got up and cleaned myself up. I almost forgot. Give me your phone. Why? We're gone already? Your hidden calls. Also, a program that can trace the caller if it happens again. Man, I really forgot. Helping me out. Here you go. Bill took my phone and connected the computer with a wire. When this works out, just trying to figure out what that game is with the... I'm sure I could find the asset, right? Like, the ones on the left look to be game posters, yeah. I think that smaller poster that's all red and bluey is Not... Is that endgame? I don't think it is. Or is it a Star Wars thing? Anyway. Turns out we might be able to get more personal information about him than just a number. Yeah, it's done. That's it? Yeah, I'll put my number in there too, in case you need it. She winked and handed the phone back. So independent. Oh, it's getting dark. I think I'll go home. I'll see you at school tomorrow. Of course, see you tomorrow then. Thanks for walking me out and for everything else. Thanks for inviting me. I dressed and got ready to go out, but she stopped me at the doorway. You take care of yourself. I'll be fine. Don't worry. Father went outside. The frosty evening air was invigorating. I wandered toward home. I just wanna, like... Way to look at this closer. There's a 7-Up bottle. It looks like a Gatorade thing. Literally just flat out assets, right? There's a Batman poster. The Pokeball. Don't quite... I guess it's because it's from a shooter game. The poster to the left of Horizon. I think that's Forbidden West? Is that Forbidden West? I don't think it's Zero Dawn, is it? Whatever. Anyway. Any other... I have to zoom in on these titles over here too. Anyway. While I went outside, the frosty evening air was invigorating. I wandered toward home, digesting my spontaneous visit to my classmate. Her was so worried about me. I wonder if there's a reason I hadn't really thought about myself before. My hunch was right. The killer really wanted me. And the killer really wanted me? Then walking toward dark alleys wasn't a good idea. For some reason, I'm only now starting to realize that. Oh no! Nate's out here! Wait, what? We'll find out next time. I need to digest that room. So thank you for watching. Oh. Enjoyed the video? Consider liking, commenting, and or subscribing. If you really enjoyed it, consider supporting the channel. All support greatly helps for keeping content like this and more. Find links for that in the description below, along with links to me on social media. Thank you again for watching, and until next time, it's Rennie and T signing out. Bye! Does apparently sound here? Very quiet sound. I guess because I turned it down. But anyway.